Hi, welcome to Homemade Italian Cooking. I'm Cara, and today we're making my favorite dessert, cannoli. So I'm going to show you some tips and secrets on how to really make a fantastic cannoli. So the first tip I'm going to give you is don't make the shells yourself. Buy them at the store. You can find them at most grocery stores. You may have to ask behind the counter. But this is an unfilled cannoli shell. At another time I'll give you the recipe on how to make these from scratch, but for today I'm going to use the store-bought cannoli. The next secret to making cannoli is the filling. So we are using 2 pounds of ricotta cheese. This is a fresh ricotta, and the trick is to drain it overnight. And I've got this in a colander, put it inside a bowl, and I don't know if you can see, but there's a lot of water that came out in the bottom. This helps make the cannoli dry. Having that moisture out is going to make the filling much thicker and creamier. So that's an important step. Secret to a good creamy cannoli filling is to put it through a fine mesh sieve like we're going to do here. Do not whip it with hand beaters. That puts a lot of air into the filling, and you don't want that. You want the cheese to be as creamy as possible. So what I'm doing is this is in a fine mesh sieve, and I'm going to scrape it through, and little by little, and this is going to come out on the other side, and it's going to be very, very soft. And I've got all of our cheese here. This actually goes very fast, especially if you have a nice, lightweight, flexible spatula like this, a hand one. Okay, we've got all of the ricotta scraped through the sieve, and it's very light and creamy at this stage. And here we will show you what it looks like. This is perfect, and we didn't whip any air into it. Now the next step is I'm going to put in a teaspoon of vanilla, and we're going to add about a cup and a half of powdered sugar. That's a cup right there, and now I'm just going to fold it in by hand and mix this really well. This is going to sweeten up the cannoli filling, and the cheese is staying very thick and smooth, which is what you want for a good cannoli filling. Okay, and for the last step, you want to add some chocolate chips. I use the mini chips, sort of traditional. I've got about maybe a half a cup here. You don't want too many. You want it more about a balance, and blend that in. Excellent. All right, now to fill them, I don't have a pastry bag, so I'm going to use one of these Ziplocs, and the tip here is to snip off the end. So fold down the ends. This helps keep it neater and cleaner. And I've got our end here, and we're going to put our filling in. I'm going to get 2, maybe 3 good scoops in there. Line it up with the hole. Give it a little twist, and you can see it's got a nice, looks like I'd say a 1/4 of an inch hole. This is a nice size. It'll help fill the center. Fill it in the center, work your way out. And again, on the other side, fill in the center and work your way out. That looks gorgeous. And we'll do one more in the center, and again the other side. And you can see how gorgeous those look. Got our cannolis filled. Now traditionally we dip the ends in a few more chocolate chips, and that gives it that nice flavor. Set them aside. You can also use crushed pistachios. This is very traditional in Sicily, and we'll make a few pistachio as well. All right, so the last step, this is just a little decorative thing. Put a little tablespoon of powdered sugar in a small strainer and just tap lightly and dust the top with a little powdered sugar. Just gives it that festive look. Okay, that'll do. Now let's taste it. And I'm going to go right in for a chocolate one and pick it up and eat it. There's no other way. I can't wait. Cheese has got such a substantive, thick creaminess, but it's silky smooth at the same time. Got the little bits of chocolate. It's cold, and the shell is nice and crispy, just how it should be. Now I want a cup of coffee to go with this. So I hope you try these. These are really easy to make at home, especially if you buy the shells. Get the full recipe below. Subscribe to me. Send me your feedback. I'd love to hear if you try them. Send me your pictures too. Thanks so much.